Chapter 9. On Monday morning at school, Miss Metcalfe comes with a new girl, as I'd hope it is Abby, and it isn't just me who is excited. A new student in school always creates a buzz. Everyone hopes they'll be cool and interesting and not too nerdy. Abby looks understandably scared and won't look at anyone until I wave at her and she realises it's me. Vinny, Abby is in most of your classes. You'll show her around, please, and make her feel welcome, Miss Metcalfe asks. Of course, miss, I nod. Brilliant, I think to myself. Abby is very quiet as I walk her to our next class. I can't believe we're in the same class. What a cool coincidence. Everyone is really friendly, you know. You'll soon settle in. Oh, that's good, Abby says shyly. At break time, my friends Minnie, Alex and Sheila crowd around and start to quiz a red-faced Abby. Minnie is the first to start hurling questions at her. So why did you leave your last school? Which school did you go to? Do you have a boyfriend? Sheila butts in. What mobile have you got? Alex interrupts. Are you on Facebook? Sheila says, showing Abby her Facebook page on her mobile. Abby takes a deep breath. My dad's got a job in London. I went to Elizabeth High School in Thornton. No, I don't have a boyfriend, Abby says, turning the colour of beetroot. What was the next question? Oh yes, I've just got an old Nokia. It's not a smartphone then? Alex is not impressed. No, it's my dad's old one, and I don't use Facebook either. Abby looks mortified. We don't have a computer at home. Everyone suddenly looks sympathetic, assuming that Abby's family is really poor, I expect. Minnie, the nominated girl in charge, nominated by herself that is, starts again. You'll love it here, she says warmly. It's great fun, and none of us bite, honest. Hey, homework's a total drag whichever school you're at, Alex chips in. Yes, but we do have GCSEs next year, Minnie reminds us. Shut up, Minnie, we all say, and Abby lets herself smile a bit, clearly relieved that my friends haven't given up on her already. I'm going to science club after school, I tell Abby, as we all head to our next class. Why don't you come? It's great fun. We get to do some really cool experiments. Not sure I'll be allowed, Abby says in a very hushed voice. Remember what I said about my dad? Anyway, Mum will need me at home to help with my younger sister and brothers. She's not been well lately. The lesson is only for 45 minutes. Besides, I can walk home with you. Surely your dad won't object. He knows my family and you only live round the corner from me. Oh, okay, Abby agrees. I probably shouldn't have pressured her, but I like her a lot already. I feel she has the makings of a new best friend and I can see she wants me to like her too. As we wait for science club to start, we sit on high stools at the back of the lab whispering to each other. Having got to know my group of friends better, Abby's already much less shy about sharing stories about herself, and we're all riveted. My dad thinks that girls don't need much schooling, she admits. My older sister Anna was taken out of school really young. We haven't seen or heard of her since she went away to be married. What do you mean? You haven't seen or heard from your sister? I say in a total disbelief. My parents tricked her. Not that it was very difficult. Anna just didn't imagine they'd ever do anything like that. They told us she was going home to visit family, but what we didn't know was my dad that had already arranged for her to get married while she was there. We were stunned. Just then our teacher arrives, bringing Abby's story to an abrupt end. My mind races. The taxi driver was one thing, but I can't believe a forced marriage like this has occurred in a family I know. 40 minutes later, we're packing away our books. I'm desperate to ask Abby more questions, but she's excitedly babbling away about the experiment we just tried out. That was so cool, trying to make those sparklers with those compounds. Shame they weren't dry in time, she says. Don't worry, Miss said we can light them next week, I reassure her. I'm pretty sure my dad won't let me come again. Anyway, I've got to run. Abby bolts out the door before I can say anything more. I run to catch her up in the hallway. After all, I did promise her we could walk home together. Hey, wait, slow down, I say, confused to why she can't just hang on for me. I've got to get back home. Sorry, look, I'll see you at school tomorrow. Abby waves over her shoulder and runs off down the street. I walk the rest of the way home slowly, thinking about what Abby has said. I have to find out more. I decide to call her after tea or I'll never be able to sleep without knowing the full story. Mum and Abby are already home and Dad comes in soon after. We have the usual chatty tea together, swapping stories about our day. I got 19 out of 20 for my spelling today, Sophia says, beaming. That's great, darling, says Mum and Dad at the same time. I pat her on the head just as she scowls and bangs the table. But then it wasn't fair because Miss deducted 3 marks for talking in the test. All three of us can't help ourselves and we burst out laughing. Every day there's something Sophia declares as unfair. Okay, miss, it's not fair. Help your sister clear the table. I have a nice pudding for you, Mum says, smiling. After dinner is cleared away and Mum, Dad and Sophia collapse on the sofa to watch TV, I tell them I'm going to my room. Sophia jumps up and follows me into the bedroom. I don't want to let on that I'm trying to call Abby in private, as then I'll never get rid of her. Sophia, I need to be alone for a bit, okay? It's not... She starts, but before she can finish, Dad calls her back to see something on TV. Let your sister be, darling. She's a teenager and she needs some more space. I hear him say at that moment. I am so grateful my father's nothing like Abby's. I flop on the bed and dial Abby's number. We swapped mobile numbers earlier in the day. Hi Abby, it's me, Vinny. Can you talk? Hi, yes, good timing. Dad has just gone out to work and the kids are in bed already. I've been thinking about what you said about your sister Anna. I say, wasting no time on formalities. We got interrupted and I'd really like to find out what happened to her. How could she just be sent away like that without school noticing or something? Dad made Anna drop out of school in year 9. A school welfare officer came around to check on her once and Dad just told them she was being home educated. Abby's voice is so quiet, I guess she doesn't want to risk her mum overhearing her gossip about Anna. No one's ever checked again and we've moved houses a few times. Dad made Anna stay home and look after all of us. As she got older, she was never allowed out, not even to get the shopping. Anna wasn't very good at school, so at first she wasn't bothered about not going. But when she realised her life was going to be spent at home looking after the family, she got fed up. She was okay at helping Mum, but she really struggled with the cooking. Anna was always burning things and she couldn't concentrate on anything for long. I found myself trying to help her with the chores to stop her being shouted at by Dad all the time. Abby sounds really upset. I so want to do something to help her. That's really awful. Your poor sister. There must be a way you can get in touch with her. We could think something up. There isn't, Vinny. It's too risky. I really miss her, you know, but I don't know how or when I will ever see her again. I can hear Abby crying. Every secret she tells me seems to get worse and worse, and I feel so helpless. And what if Abby is to be married off next? It seems unimaginable, but she's already older than her sister was when she was taken out of school. I'm so glad I got to speak to you, Abby eventually manages to say, distracting me from my darker thoughts. We chat some more, me mainly trying to cheer her up with my sister's latest ridiculous antics. Finally we say goodnight and we each go back to sit with our very different families.